All right, so we have, I think, 9 days before our final exam, and by this time we should start being reviewing. And this is a exam covers both anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. So potentially a very difficult exam, but again, uh, if you kind of keep a few things in mind, you don't have to be a genius to do well. You can succeed if you start early and prepare. So, a couple things you should be using active study methods. Those are the methods that require you to write or speak or outline or do something active that's not, as opposed to just reading or being somewhat passive, listening. Just those are things that don't build memory as well. Different techniques work for different people, but you have to find what works for you, and then the important thing is to plan to study over the course of several days, preferably like a week or 10 days. And for this exam, I would say you should be studying each chapter covered in Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2. That doesn't mean trying to reread the book, but looking at portions of the book, looking at questions, studying old exams, and planning to say, okay, I'm going to spend some time on each chapter. That's an important thing, and then take breaks. Uh, Try and identify things that were important. The same things will be important on the final as were on previous exams. Okay, so this is the HAPS exam, Human Anatomy and Physiology Instructors Society. Makes an exam. This is given to ANP2 students across the USA and Canada. This sequence of courses that you've taken, ANP1 and 2, is the most uh, commonly taken college course across the United States. And so there's this standardized final that covers both semesters. It's 100 multiple choice questions. Figure roughly about five questions or five choices per question, about five questions per chapter that we covered. Um, in the electronic versions, students may not skip and return to a question, but we will be doing the paper version, so you can do that. There's no penalty for guessing. Leaving something blank will not help you. The exam has an emphasis on physiology, how things work, not anatomy. The exam also has an emphasis on homeostasis. The breakdown of questions is right there. So, like body plan and organization, that was covered in chapter 1. There's 2 questions on that. There is one specific question that deals with homeostasis. There are 6 questions on chemistry, inorganic and organic, 3 on histology, 3 on the integument, 5 on the skeletal system and joints, articulations, 6 on the muscular system, 13 on the nervous system, 5 on the special senses, that's eyes, ears, nose, sense, what else? Sense of balance, and taste, and vision. Yeah, okay. Then there's 6 questions on the endocrine system, 14 on the cardiovascular. That would include blood, heart, and the vessels. 4 on lymph system and immunity. 8 on the respiratory system. 6 on digestion. 2 on metabolism. 6 on the urinary system. 5 on fluid balance, and 5 on the reproductive system. Okay. We'll be studying, kind of reviewing key ideas from the chapters, but you should start looking over the chapters at this point. The Moodle quizzes are been reopened until December 10th. It's a good way to study. It's also, if you missed one of those quizzes, you can make up some points now. And so that can be done now. It's a good thing to do. Okay, I'll dive into Anatomy and Physiology 1 on Monday, or not on Monday, on Wednesday, so be ready for that.